Hello. Always a pleasure to bring these transmissions through for you, for the collective, for myself. What I've been drawn to share with you today is the interactions I've been having with others, and particularly lots of you have been messaging me about this since previous videos. And this is looking at the program of going deeper. I've done some deep videos and transmissions on the subject of not enough, but really focus on that word enough. And what I've been encountering through reflection and attraction and other people reaching out is these energetic frequencies of just never enough, which is different, which is slightly different twist or taste or frequency flavor of the I'm not good enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. What this energy is about is just never enough, okay? Just never enough, no matter what I do, whether it's within relationships, whether it's career, whether it's finances, somewhere you're just feeling you're coming short. Frustration, you're doing this, you're doing that, but it just never seems to be enough. So if I can be open and honest, I've had people contact me about this with finances, just feeling like they're just, no matter what they're doing, no matter how much gratitude they're practicing, no matter how much they're being of service, they just can't seem to get past this financial threshold, this break-even point. And then I've attracted people to me needing assistance with business, again, but I just can't get past this level of customers, or where they're trying to take their new spiritual products and their spiritual clothing lines and things like that, and they just can't get past this point. And then I've had people come to me where in relationships they feel that no matter what they do, they always feel they're just never a good enough parent or a good enough partner. So it's about feeling into this frequency, and that's the important thing, is remember, in this universe, and this is, I'll reinforce this over and over again, everything manifests, everything seen and unseen is energy, is but a form of frequency, an energetic frequency. So when we're working with these energies, it doesn't matter who's watching and what the personal story is, we can go behind the story and feel into the frequency. Always go to the frequency, the energetic signatures of that feeling state of just not enough, just not enough, just not enough, just not enough. And this is going to, especially the collective ones are just, the classic ones are just not enough time. I mean, most people would be lying if they don't said they haven't felt time pressure. There's just not enough time to do it all. There's just not enough time, running around the 12-hour invented clock, racing against the clock, time rules, all management. So that's another one that comes up with this, just never enough. It seems to be never enough time, never enough resources, never enough money, never enough of anything. It's just that, really focusing on that. So we're going to go right into that, just never enough. And so it's that feeling of always coming short, always, whatever your best endeavours are, it still just never seems to be enough. And I can relate to a lot of people, a lot of friends and a lot of family that I see in that situation. And I can also obviously understand and have compassion for those frequencies, because I've lived that, and in some areas still do live that, still do have those beliefs coming up, and because I'm part of the collective. Okay, so it's that feeling of whatever, even if it's as simple. I have days where you trying to work, you're trying to get all these videos uploaded. I'm still a father, I've got 2 children to attend to. I'm trying my best to respond to people that are reaching out to me. I've got animals and pets that are dependent upon me that I have to look after. And even I can feel like some days off camera, I'm like, what time at the moment is the one where just never enough time. It seems like all this stuff comes in, there's just never enough time. But the truth of it is, so that what I teach and preach is what I'm learning about myself as well, taking myself into it. And as I learn the collective, we're all one. That's the secret to this. So, and advancements in the one is the advancement in the many. And so this is what the point of this is. So together, I'm inviting those of you that feel drawn to this transmission of not enough, just never enough. And this can be, like I said, in any area of life, because it's an energetic frequency. So I know there's people out there that are in a relationship and just feel it's just never enough. Okay, and this is, or it's never enough the amount of work that I get done at work. It's never enough to please the boss. I can never do enough to please my partner at home. I can never do enough to keep my mum happy, my dad happy. It's that feeling of that. I think you get the idea of it. It's just not enough. Whatever you're doing, despite your best efforts. So this is a different frequency to just the flat out, I'm not good enough. This is more of feeling into the way I've felt it in the past and the way that I can feel it at times, and I see it in other people, is of this this frustration of just not enough. Despite I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, but it just seems never enough, and I just can't seem to crack it. So we're going to feel into that just never enough, that tiredness, that frustration, that grappling with that area of your life where you feel it's just not enough, you can't get past something, and we're going to work on that frequency of just not enough, just never enough. So again, as always, feel it in your body, locate that, light up the neurology, so you can feel it and think of those situations where you just feel it's just never enough, it's just never enough, it's just never enough, just never enough money to go around, just never enough time, just never enough what I do for other people, it's just never enough, just never enough. I'm rabbiting and repeating it so it can bring it up, percolate it up out of the field. Feel into that feeling, it's just never enough. And this transmission is going to about you are enough, you are supported, you are guided, you are connected to infinity, you are connected to all that is. Energy is abundant, everywhere, ever present, omnipresent, omnipotent. And you are all of that, and you are connected to all of that. And when you identify with that, when you identify with yourself as a divine being of light, having a physical experience, you can tune into and tap into that endless supply of energy, which then manifests as forms of time, money, love, relationship, whatever. They're just the forms that those energetic frequencies take on. Eshakut umurindikra asakt hoya kan da kotushi anakata oku una ayaki alakutush okutush ush ikit ush ikit tata ush my Zikudo. Dakiti. Shikti. Kritika. Hium han wo hin ha hin ha rum ha hium wo ha wa 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 ho wa inda rindike ho rindike so ritko o Makde, oh my, rindikri and look to ma, oh, I rindikri and ma, Piketi. As ik de mok de asje oes ook aandacht zeg de indere is oes maar aan de schroen de je mo gode de te kra te kro. Hars de chesa hars ge mok oes ik het is ja de oes kra. Harrende kra auto as grit kra auto te mok iets dat de mok grit kra. Has as je mo at de mok grit kra auto te mo je jo de kra at kra. Je grit kra o grit do grit kra in grit it o grit kra it er mo grit Rinde krijgen, dus je moet rinde krijgen. Weet je wat ik zeg? Ik moet dus je moet niet krijgen. Rinde de moet dus je maakt dat deze gewoon moet dus je maakt dat je de moet doen. Rinde de moet dus je maakt dat je de moet doen. Je moet dus je moet dit ja dat ik ook. Rinde de moet dus je moet rinde krijgen. Je moet het je moet alle krijgen is. Rinde krijgen je moet dus je maakt rinde krijgen. Het is zo maakt dat dit ik dat. Thank you for being part of that. Thank you for sharing that journey of transformation. Thank you for giving yourself over for that level of growth and realizations and transmutations of the energies within you. As together, when the I becomes we, that is God's love. When the I becomes we, that is unconditional Creator's love. To realise that we are all collectively dreaming this up, and it's time to dream a new dream, a new configuration of creation, a new configuration of the love light possibilities. And together we are dreaming that into existence. Dreaming, or should we say rather, because it's even more beautiful than that which you are dreaming to be, the grandest version of yourself, the grandest version of your soul, the grandest version that you can possibly imagine already exists on a vibratory field, already exists. We're simply tuning into this by transmuting, not judging, not condemning these past experiences. They are what they were. They are vibrational explorations through creation, and all pathways of self-discovery through creation are equal and valid. It is only us that have been conditioned to judge things as right and wrong, good and bad, light and dark. And when you realise that the light and the dark are actually just different frequencies of the love light energy, they are just different polarities, and both are obedient. If the whole world and the whole of creation was blue, how would you ever know blue? How would you experience blue? There has to be something other than blue to make the experience of blue, to have the definitions of blue. This is how this game, if you want to view it that way, this game here is played in the physical. We are infinite beings of light having a temporary human physical experience. And when you realise that, then you can drop the stories and start to consciously dream, tune into, create, co-create, whatever language works best for you. You can then begin to manifest your dreams rather than being unconscious, asleep, running on autopilot, running generations and generations of generational beliefs, plugged into the collective. You are able to consciously dream, and as you awaken and manifest, other conscious dreamers will join you on that journey, and together we are realising and dreaming this all together. And so it's beautiful, and I'm so happy and joyful and blissful to be able to share this knowledge with you, to share these realizations with you, to bring these transmissions through, because I crystal clearly understand that together we awaken and arise, and we share this together. It's like love, you have to share it. A kiss has to be shared. Happiness to be experienced has to be shared. You know, there's no solo experiences of these, so this is just beautiful that we're all in this together, doing this together, arising together, transmuting together, dreaming a new dream. So absolute pleasure. Thank you, thank you, thank you.